श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम् ॐ अखण्डानन्दसम्बोधः वन्दनाद्यस्य जायते गोविन्दं तमहं वन्दे चिदानन्दतनुं गुरुम्. So yesterday we were seeing तस्मात् मुक्षोः कर्तव्या ज्ञाननिष्ठा प्रयत्नतः निःशेषवासनाक्षत्यै विपरीत निवृत्तये. तस्मात् मुक्षोः jñānaniṣṭhā prayatnatah jñānaniṣṭhā kartṛtvabhāvanāpūrvaṃ. Therefore, mukshu should perform the jñānaniṣṭhā, being established in the knowledge with great effort. You should have to put great effort to be established in the knowledge. For what? For two reasons. One is niṣṣeṣa vāsanākṣatye, to get rid of the vasanas completely, entirely. First reason. Second reason, vipārīta nivṛtthaye, to get rid of the contradictory ideas. Contradictory ideas in the sense the world, the desire, anger, etc. Those ideas, anger, jealousy, whatever. And more important than that is the identity, the identification of self and non-self. That contradictory idea. To get rid of that, he should have to practice the jñānaniṣṭhā. There is no other choice. That jñānaniṣṭhā, one should have to perform only jñānaniṣṭhā. Then, before starting this, you were giving so much importance to japa. Do the japa. Savikalpaka samadhi. Don't get into that. First do japa. Become strong. And then, now you are saying jñānaniṣṭhā prayatnatah kartṛtvabhāvanāpūrvaṃ. Only a person who has the strength of japa can perform the savikalpa samadhi, etc. Only a person who can has the strength of savikalpa samadhi can be established in the jñānaniṣṭhā. We know. See, there is a simple exercise. Oh, how we should have done this. No, he has not done that. He has not done that. Some two examples we'll take. Okay, good. But that person, he has not done in this life. Probably he has done in his past life. That is the example we have to take from his situation now. Oh, if Hastamalaka, like Hastamalakacharya, he was born jnani kind of. Okay. Now, he didn't do any sadhana. He gained knowledge. He did it in past life. He has not done anything. He need not do anything in this life. Just at the end of that, he had to give up his body. So he had to take another body. So he started from where he left. Because he is pakwa, everything is easy for him. How do you know I am not? Simple. Look into your mind. How dirty it is. We understand. I am not even talking about the dirty of the mind. I am talking about the worldly attachments. That itself is enough to show how dirty your mind is. So the sadhanas, it's like this. If a person needs to eat 4 chapatis or 2 pizzas or 4 pancakes, let us say 4 pancakes, dosa. So 4 pancakes. Then for him, if you are going to give, okay, this is your 4th pancake. I need 4 pancakes. This is your 4th pancake. Eat it. Will he be satiated? Will his hunger be removed? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if the same person who can eat 4 pancakes has gone to another house, he has finished his food and he is coming to you because you have invited him for a breakfast. So now if you are providing him with pancake, he will say, with the first pancake, he will say, enough, I am full. That is natural. You don't have to test anything. It is very natural. Your mind will be attracted to be established, not a fantasy or fancy idea. It is natural for you. Okay, that is itself is the proof for whether you are ready or not ready. You don't have to do anything. Just perform the sadhana. This is then another thing. If jnana is the real thing, then why are you putting us in karma? This is the same doubt. If you had that doubt, then good. This is the same doubt which Krishna had, Arjuna had. And he was talking with Krishna in Gita. He says in the 3rd chapter, Kim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava. Kim karmani ghore mam niyojyasi Keshava. Kim ghore karmani mam niyojyasi. Hey Keshava, kim ghore karmani mam niyojyasi. Oh Keshava, why are you putting me in this dirty karma? Ghore, very dangerous. Dirty karma. Tad ekam vada nischitya. Please tell me one thing. Whether this or that, I will do. Whether this or that, I don't care. I will do that. Just tell me one. Karma or jnana. Just tell me one. Then, after that third chapter, after explaining the third chapter, second chapter, Bhagavad Gita is over. But since he didn't understand, he has to start the third chapter. When he spoke about it in third chapter, still, he is not able to understand. In fourth chapter, he very clearly says, Kuru karmaiva tasmatvam. Tasmat karmaiva kurutvam. You have to perform only the karmas, therefore. Makes it very clear. Okay. So, karma is as important as the knowledge. If without the karma, you will be not eligible to be established in the knowledge. That to gain that established, you have to perform the japa, etc. very diligently. Okay. Now, I have said time and again in previous lectures that whenever there is a big commentary in the bhashya, big bhashya by Bhagavan Bhashyakara, you can just close your eyes and say Bhagavan Bhashyakara is talking about the combination of knowledge and karma. He is condemning the combination of knowledge and karma. You can just close your eyes and say he is condemning the combination of knowledge and karma. So now this is the situation where we have been told to perform japa, etc. Now we have been told to perform the karma. So jñānaniṣṭhā. So somebody will be like, oh, jñānaniṣṭhā I can take along with karma, right? See, because there is Purvamimamsa, there is Sutramimamsa. The Vedic people, they don't want to give up the karma. The knowledge people, they don't want to be attached to the karmas. So there is a contradiction. Both accept the Veda to be the proof, pramana. So there is a contradiction. So this is to be established once for all clearly. So he says, jñānaniṣṭhātatparasya naiva karmopayujyate. In one line, he makes it very clear. That's why that one line is kept separate. jñānaniṣṭhātatparasya naiva karmopayujyate. jñānaniṣṭhātatparasya karma na eva upayujyate. For a person who is established in the jnana, jñānaniṣṭhātatparasya, a person who is interested. Tatpara means that itself is the only means. That is the only way. For a person who is involved in the jnana, being established in the knowledge, for him karma naiva upayujyate. For him, karmas are of no use. Karmas are of no use for a person who is involved, interested only in knowledge, being established in the knowledge. That is the punch. Now, why? Why is karma not useful? Karmaṇo jñānaniṣṭhāyā na sidhyati sahasthitiḥ paraspara viruddhatvat ayoho bhinna svabhavayoho. Karmaṇah jñānaniṣṭhāyā na sidhyati sahasthitiḥ paraspara viruddhatvat ayoho bhinna svabhavayoho. This is, see, if I'm going to explain this as a statement, I have to say bhinna svabhavayoho tayoho paraspara viruddhatvat sahasthitiḥ karmaṇah jñānaniṣṭhāyā sahasthitiḥ na sidhyati. Since they are contradictory nature, they cannot coexist. Therefore, the knowledge and karma cannot coexist. That is what is the translation. But this is not a simple statement. It is a logic. When we say logical, we have to use the 3-4 parts, which is what we have seen earlier. First, mountain. Second, fire in the mountain. Why? Because of smoke, the third reason. And fourth is example, like the kitchen. So the mountain is which we call as paksha. Okay, the place where we want to establish. Fire is the one, sadhya, where we want what we want to establish. Third is a hetu, how we want to establish that fire in the mountain. Fourth is example, why it is established. So where, what, how, and why. These are the 4 questions. These 4 questions are answered here. So he says, what is you where do you want to establish? Karmaṇah jñānaniṣṭhāyā. Karma jñānaniṣṭhā. Karma and establishment in knowledge. Okay, what do you want to establish there? It says, sahasthitiḥ na sidhyati. Coexistence is impossible. Why? What is the reason? What is the smoke here? Paraspara viruddhatva, because it is contradictory to each other. It is contradictory to each other. How? They have different nature. Since they have different nature, they cannot coexist. Simple, like fire and water, right? So now he says the next. How do you say this? They have contradictory nature. I have to give you examples. So now write a table. Karma, jnana. Okay. Now he says, kartṛtvabhāvanāpūrvaṃ karmaṇo vilakṣaṇam dehātmabuddhervicchittyai jñānaṃ karma vivṛddhaye ajñānamūlakaṃ karma jñānaṃ tūbhayanāśakam jñānanakarmaṇoḥ yogaḥ kathaṃ sidhyati vairiṇā. So in 2 shlokas he is establishing this with 3 points which are contradictory to each other. So, kartṛtvabhāvanāpūrvaṃ karma jñānaṃ tad vilakṣaṇam. dehātmabuddhervicchittyai jñānaṃ karma vivṛddhaye. ajñānamūlakaṃ karma jñānaṃ tūbhayanāśakam. jñānakarmaṇoḥ kathaṃ sidhyati vairiṇā. So, first the point is karmaṇa vairiṇā. Karmaṇah vairiṇā jñānena yogaḥ kathaṃ sidhyati. How can there be coexistence, association for the enemy of karma, which is knowledge? Knowledge, which is the enemy for karma, how can they coexist? Why? Because there are 3 reasons. kartṛtvabhāvanāpūrvaṃ karma. Karma is kartṛtvabhāvanāpūrvaṃ. kartṛtvabhāvanāpūrvaṃ. Bhavana, intention, idea. Purvam means based on. Based on the intention or idea of doership. I am the doer. I have to have the idea. I am the doer. This, for performing this karma, I am eligible. I have the qualifications to perform this karma, and I have all the wherewithal to perform the karma, and I have the desire to perform the karma. All these I-ness should be there for, not highness, I-ness, I. That I, ego-ness should be there for performing the karma. Karma, doership. Jnana, tad vilakṣaṇam is contradictory. Non-doership. You should not have any doership, any attachment to doership, etc. That is the jnana. So, karma, doership. Jnana, no doership. Okay? Now, next is dehātmabuddhervicchittyai jñānaṃ karma vivṛddhaye. dehātmabuddhehe vivṛddhaye karma jñānaṃ dehātmabuddhervicchittyai. Okay. dehātmabuddhehe vivṛddhaye, to encourage, to grow more. What? Dehātmabuddhi, the identification with the body sense organ complex. Karma is based on the identification with the body sense organ complex. So it makes it more, grow more, the identification. Whereas jnana, dehātmabuddhervicchittyai, jnana destroys the identification with body sense organ complex. That is what jnana is for. So first, jnana, karma is doership. Jnana, non-doership, no doership. Karma, identification with body sense organ complex. Jnana destroys the body sense organ complex. Identification. Okay? Not the body sense organ, identification. Body sense organ complex also. Ajñānamūlakaṃ karma jñānaṃ tūbhayanāśakam. And karma is based on ajñāna. The root cause for, mūlakam means root. The root cause for karma is ajñāna, ignorance. Jnana ubhayanāśakam, destroys both. What is both here? Ajñānamūlakaṃ karma. Karma based on ignorance. Ignorance is what is? It's one. How can there be 2? Ubhaya means both. Jnana destroys both. Both means it not just destroys the karma, it also destroys its cause. That is what we saw, badha. Okay, badha means a removal of the effect along with its cause. So karma is based on ignorance. Knowledge destroys both karma and its cause, ignorance. Okay, so 3 pointers. 1, karma, doership. Jnana, non-doership. Karma, identification of body sense organ complex grows. Jnana, identification of body sense organ complex is destroyed. Karma is based on ignorance. Jnana destroys both karma and ignorance. Okay, these are the 3 pointers which is to show the difference. Okay, now he is giving you example. Sahayogo na ghaṭate yathā timiratejasoḥ nimeṣonmeṣayorvāpi tathaiva jñānakarmaṇoḥ. If I am going to give you one example, then there is a problem. The problem is that's an exception. So if I am going to give you 2 examples or more 3 examples, then that is a rule. It cannot be an exception. You cannot still brush it off as exception. So he says, sahayogo na ghaṭate yathā timiratejasoḥ nimeṣonmeṣayorvāpi tathaiva jñānakarmaṇoḥ. Yathā, first example. Yathā, like timiratejasoḥ. Timira means dark, tejas means light. Light and darkness cannot coexist at the same time in same place. Okay, now wait. Behind you, I see in one place darkness and there is light. They are coexisting. On your face itself, one side of the face is more bright and the other side has a darkness. So they can coexist. If you think like that, that is not coexistence. When in that place, the darkness, wherever that darkness was, that darkness is removed by light. So you cannot say it is coexisting. But still, since you have this doubt, he is giving you another example. Nimeṣonmeṣayorvāpi, which can never coexist. What is that which can never coexist? Nimeṣonmeṣayorvāpi, you cannot close your eyes as well as open your eyes. Nimesha means close. Unmesha means open. You cannot keep your eyes closed and open at the same time. Can you do it? Yes, I can do it. Now, I can keep one eye closed and one eye open. I am talking about the same eye at the same time, which is impossible for anyone. So, yathā tathā jñānakarmaṇoḥ sahayogo na ghaṭate. Similarly, the coexistence of the jnana and karma at the same time in same place is impossible. Na ghaṭate is impossible. Okay. Now I am giving you the third example. He says, pratīcīṃ paśyataḥ puṃsaḥ kutaḥ prācīvilokanam pratyakpravanaciṭṭasya kutaḥ karmani yogyatā. Why is it impossible for the karma and jnana to coexist? Because pratīcīṃ paśyataḥ puṃsaḥ kutaḥ prācīvilokanam pratyakpravanaciṭṭasya kutaḥ karmani yogyatā. We give this example to establish generally the path of knowledge. When you are traveling in the path of knowledge, the attachment to the worlds and things and all naturally drops off. You don't have to do anything. So you just follow, keep listening to Shastra and stick to it. That's what you have to do. How? So he is giving example. Pratīcīṃ paśyataḥ puṃsaḥ, a person who looks in the north. Pratīcīṃ, north, in the front. For him, prācīvilokanam kathaṃ, kutaḥ. How can he see prachi, south? When his vision is directed towards north, how can he see things of south? When his direction is directed to the front, how can he see things which is in the behind? It is impossible. Similarly, tathaiva pratyakpravanaciṭṭasya karmani yogyatā kutaḥ. How can there be yogyata, eligibility in karma for a person who has pratyakpravanaciṭṭasya, pratyak, individual self, the self, pravana, expert, chittasya, a mind which is expert in establishing in the self. For that kind of mind, how can there be eligibility for karma? It is impossible, right? So he is again saying, jñānaniṣṭhāniratस्य bhikṣoः naiva avakaśo'sti hi karmatantre tadeva karmasya tadeva sandhya tadeva sarvam na tato'nyadasti. But still, how can I give up this and that and that and this? So he is taking that and this and whatever your doubt, taking that up. ज्ञान एकनिष्ठा निरतस्य भिक्षोः नैव अवकाशोऽस्ति हि कर्मतन्त्रे तदेव कर्म अस्त्य तदेव संध्या तदेव सर्वं न ततो अन्यदस्ति. ज्ञाननिष्ठा निरतस्य पुंसः, for a person, bhikshoho, for a bhikshu. Bhikshu means a renunciate, a monk. Here, a seeker. For a seeker who is having the eligibility, always who is established. Niratasya means who is involved in being established in the knowledge. Jñānaniṣṭhā niratasya, involved in always being established in the knowledge. For that kind of seeker, karmatantre avakāśa eva nasti. There is no possibility for him to, there is no chance for him to, avakāśa means chance. There is no chance for him to be involved in the karma. Karma tantra. Kartṛtvabhāvanāpūrvaṃ, vastutantra, purushatantra, vastutantra. We saw two different things. Purushatantra means kartum, akartum, anyatha, kartum, vivṛddhaye, kartum. He can do, he cannot do, he can do it otherwise, he can do it differently. So all those possibilities are there in kartṛtvabhāvanāpūrvaṃ, purushatantra. But vastutantra, there is no possibility of performing any karma. Karma tantra means the different kinds of activities. There is no possibility. Karma tantra, what are you talking about karma tantra? So he says, tadeva asyas karma, that itself is his karma. The bathing, etc. Tadeva sandhya, that itself is his sandhya, vandana, puja, etc. Tadeva sarvam, why to say this and that is that itself, being established in the knowledge. Tadeva sarvam, everything is that being established in the knowledge itself. Tato'nyadasti, there is nothing else for him other than that, being established in the knowledge. For a person who is involved in being established in the knowledge, for him, that itself is the action, karma, that itself is the sandhya, vandana, puja, etc. That itself is everything. There is nothing other than that for him. Okay, now, why? Because buddhi kalpita malinya kshalanam snanam atmanaha tenaiva buddhi shuddhi etasya na mruda na jalena cha. Buddhi kalpita malinya kshalanam snanam atmanaha tenaiva shuddhi etasya na mruda na jalena cha. Since we say this, we are going to negate the bathing, etc. Since we have to say this, we have to also include this. I was traveling from one place in South India towards another place in South India in a car. So the people who were traveling with me, who are taking me to that place, they were like, slow. He was saying, slow. You see, Swamiji, you see that person? I'm looking at through the window and I see one black, dark, unbathed, stinking, mad fellow blabbering himself. These fellows are, he's a great siddha. He's great, accomplished soul. So he's a mad fellow. Move the vehicle from here. Idiots. Okay, this is one story. Second story. In Rishikesh, there used to be a man, for people who used to come during 2000, they would have seen him. On the next to Kailash Ashram, on the roadside, he will normally stay there. He will have tires tied to his waist, tires, cycle tires or bike tires. He'll travel with a bag and this everywhere. He cannot walk. He will just push himself from one place to another. Now, he burns, why is tire? He burns the tire to cook his food. Okay? He burns the tire to cook his food. And he can't speak. So like that. So sometimes we used to help him to buy something and all, to give him something, some food and all. But anyway, he cooks his food and he wants some rice or something, we just buy it and give it. This fellow, he's not taking bath or anything. Okay. And unshaven hair, matted locks and all that. And along with that, this tire dirtiness, it's all over his body. Now this fellow, I was traveling with another South Indian who has come from South. So I was like, I said, what happened? Great. I said, I know this idiot. Come. I didn't tell anything to him. I just said, come. And towards the right, now there's the opposite to that, there is a road which leads to Janaki Bridge, the new bridge they have built. In that corner, next to that, they are building a new, there is a new construction now. Earlier, it used to be a ditch kind of, where pigs used to stay. So I removed my chappal and I did like this. They were like, oh, you are saluting that because pig is an avatar of Vishnu, one avatar. So you are, I said, no, 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 no. You saluted that man who has not taken bath. If he has not taken bath, this is greater than that. It is that just not just takes bath. It also stays in the ditch, dirty ditch. It's greater than him. So I am worshipping him. These fellows understood my intention. The problem is people think because of these ideas that if you don't take bath, you are this person is realized. Taking bath and not taking bath does not diminish or increase somebody's knowledge. You have to remember that. So buddhi kalpita malinya kshalanam atmana snanam. For this person who is established in knowledge, who is in the process of establishing in the knowledge, who is established in the knowledge, who wants to stay put in the knowledge, for him buddhi kalpita malinya kshalanam, buddhi kalpita, imagined by his mind, malinya, the impurities, kshalanam, removing it, washing off the impurities which are imagined by the mind, the whole world. That is what is called as atmana snanam. That is what is called as the bath of oneself, bathing of oneself. Tenaiva etasya shuddhi. By that alone, this fellow becomes pure. Na mrida, not with sand or soap. Na jalena cha asti. Not even through the water. So he does not need to cleanse himself with sand or water after using the washroom and all. Now we use soap, right? See, in Rishikesh and all, we used to bring some sand from the Ganges shore, and then we first wash it with sand. That's the rule. You have to wash it with sand or mud, and then you have to wash your hands. Okay. Now, that itself is everything for him. He need not do the external purifications. That is why, for performing the karmas, you need to see the inauspiciousness, auspiciousness, inauspicious days, auspicious days, inauspicious dates, auspicious dates, etc. For knowledge, there is no auspicious and inauspicious. Everything is auspicious for it. Okay? Now, स्वस्वरूपे मनस्थानम अनुष्ठानम तदिश्यते करणत्रय साध्यम यत् तद मृषा तदसत्यतः. No, okay, he has not performed the bathing. Now, fine, but he has to perform the puja, etc., right? We'll come to that. He says, swaswarupe manasthanam anushtanam tadishyate karanatraya sadhyam yat tad mrisha tad asatyatah. Swaswarupe manasthanam, being established the mind, manasthanam, being establishing the mind in swaswarupa, in one's self. Establishing the mind in oneself is a tad anushtan. That is what is the spiritual practice for him. That is what is accepted to be the spiritual practice for him. But spiritual practice, there are different spiritual, but what kind of spiritual practices, you know? Karanatraya sadhyam yat, that which is done through the instruments, karanas. What are they? The body, the speech, mind. Body, speech, mind. So these three instruments which you use, you do the puja through your physical body, through chanting the mantras, and through focusing your mind. All these which is used for doing the puja, that with respect to that, tad asatyatah, it is non-real. The body sense organ complex is non-real. The mind which is associated with it is non-real. The words which are associated with it is non-real also. So all these three are non-real. Through the non-real, how can you gain the reality? So tad mrisha, therefore, that is also illusory. That is also non-real. The actions which you perform through the non-real is also non-real. That is also false. Therefore, there is no need for performing those if you are established in the knowledge. If you are established in the knowledge, not otherwise. That should be very clear. Until you have that focus to be established in the knowledge, you have to perform all the karmas. Okay? You'll see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.